Last season, Reed Sheppard's rookie numbers told a story that many fans were far too eager to believe. Low points, low rebounds, shaky efficiency, and instantly the label appeared bust. Not needs time, not still developing, not didn't get real minutes. Just bust. But numbers only tell the truth when you read them in context. And the context last year was simple. He barely played. No rhythm, no consistent role, no confidence. And yet people acted like the book was already closed. Fast forward to this season and look at the side-by-side. The moment Reed Sheppard finally got real minutes, real opportunity, and above all, real trust, everything flipped. Suddenly, the kid who was too small, too passive, or not NBA ready now looks like a future star and one of the purest shooters in the league. Just watch him. That pullback jumper, that sudden violent change of direction on Desmond Bane, these aren't the plays of a spot-up rookie. These are the plays of someone becoming an elite scorer, not just an elite shooter. You can literally see his confidence rising every single game, and Houston is feeding off it. Because coming into this season, after the injury to their starting point guard, all eyes locked onto Reed. People wondered, can he really handle those minutes? Can he run the offense? Can he step up? And the answer so far has been a loud and clear yes. But the crazy thing? This rise didn't start smoothly. After his very first game of the season, NBA fans hit the panic button like it was a national emergency. He's too nervous. He's too young. Houston needs to make a trade. But let's be real for a second. His first game in a bigger role came on the road in Oklahoma City against a team that has made elite players look human all season. If Steph, Luka, and Anthony Edwards can have rough nights versus OKC, a second-year guard is allowed a struggle or two. And ever since those opening games, Reed hasn't just been good. He's been scary good, averaging around 13 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds on absurd efficiency, 54% from the field and 48% from 3. During this stretch, Houston hasn't just been winning. They've had the #1 offense in the entire league, going 9-1. And Reed's leap is a massive part of that surge. And I said it before, but it becomes clearer every game. We are watching a completely different version of Reed Sheppard. Not the hesitant rookie from last season. Not the guy waiting in the corner for someone else to make a play. No, this is a player who finally realizes exactly who he is and what he can do. Just look at moments like this one. Easily one of the most explosive highlights of the entire season. What might end up being the dunk of the year. Plays like that don't happen by accident. They happen when a player finally stops second-guessing himself and starts trusting the work he's put in. Or take this possession late in the fourth against San Antonio. The Rockets are trailing. The game is tight, tension everywhere. Reed calls for a screen from Alperen Şengün, and when Wembanyama refuses to step up, Reed doesn't hesitate for even half a second. That pull-up is automatic now. That's the difference confidence makes. Last season, Reed would have looked to swing the ball. Early this season, he might have played it safe. But now, if the defender is late, even by a fraction of a second, the shot is going up, and almost half of them are falling. From that same Spurs game, the confidence pops again. A loose ball falls into Reed's hands. He's running in transition, the defense is scrambling, and he doesn't waste the moment. No dribble handoff, no waiting for a set. He just steps into a pull-up 3 like it's the most natural thing on earth. That's not just development, that's evolution. And while this video is obviously focused on Reed, it's impossible to ignore the players who help unlock a guard's true potential. Yes, Şengün's playmaking and screening are elite, but there's one veteran who has elevated every guard he's ever shared the floor with, Steven Adams. Because there are screens, and then there are Steven Adams screens. Like here, Reed is being hounded by Carrington, pressure all over him. Then Adams steps in. The screen doesn't even look like he put much into it, but Carrington goes flying like a crash test dummy. That extra second of separation is everything. It turns a contested, uncomfortable shot into a clean pull-up 3. But Reed's shooting isn't special just because he's fearless or quick. The range he has stretches the entire geometry of the floor. Watch this play where he catches a pass from Amen Thompson. Reed is standing several feet behind the three-point line, and he pulls it without thinking twice. It's casual, effortless, and unbelievably important because defenses want to cheat. They want to help off shooters for a split second. But against Reed, you can't do that. If he's 28 or 30 feet out, you still have to guard him. Cheat off him and he burns you. Double off him and you create a breakdown somewhere else. And honestly, the signs were always there. In college, Reed was one of the most efficient scorers in the entire country. In the G League, whenever he got consistent minutes and reps, he shot the lights out. Now that he's finally getting real NBA opportunity again, that same elite shooting is showing up exactly the way everyone expected. And because his shooting is so deadly, every other part of his game is opening wide. Like this play, Corey Kispert charges at him full speed, terrified of the three, giving Reed the perfect lane to attack and finish through contact for the and-one. Or in transition, where the defender steps up too high to stop the pull-up, and Reed simply crosses right by him and glides to the rim. Even the Rockets bench explodes on that one because they know what we're all watching. A confident Reed Sheppard is dangerous. And this is only the beginning. If you ever want to understand just how valuable Reed Sheppard is to this team, don't start with his box score. Start with how his teammates react to him, because moments like this say far more than numbers ever could. Reed throws himself onto the floor, fighting for a loose ball, forcing a turnover on pure hustle. And look at the reaction on the bench. Look at the energy. Look at the veterans losing their minds. You don't see that kind of respect given to just any young player. That level of hype, that level of trust, that level of belief, it's earned. It's the reaction you give to someone who has already become a core piece of your identity as a team. And when players at that level show you that kind of love, it's because they know exactly what you bring to the table. Not years from now, not someday, but right now. Because the type of shooting Reed provides, you can barely find that anywhere in the league, regardless of age. His accuracy, his confidence, and the way he bends defenses, that's the stuff coaches build offensive systems around. But what makes Reed even more dangerous is not just the shooting itself, it's the patience behind it. Watch him here. He gets the screen, rejects it, keeps his defender on his hip, and with Wembanyama dropping back to protect the rim, Reed calmly rises for that smooth 15-footer. That's advanced basketball. That's not just shot making. That's maturity. Or this play. Another screen, another tough defender fighting through, and Reed just uses his body perfectly. He shields the defender with his back, keeps him at arm's length, and knocks down the pull-up mid-range jumper like it's automatic. That kind of in-between scoring is what separates elite shooters from elite scorers. And the implications are huge, because when teams inevitably start running him off the three-point line, which they absolutely will, Reed can put the ball on the floor, take 2 hard dribbles and pull up, or get all the way to the rim, or collapse the defense and create opportunities for his teammates. Every game, the variety of shots he's willing to take and the confidence behind them is expanding. But here's the thing. So far, I've talked all about his offense. What about the defense? Because that's where the early story of this season started. In the opening game against Oklahoma City, Reed struggled. Not offensively. Nobody cares if you have a cold shooting night against one of the best defenses in the league. What mattered was how often he got hunted on the other end. And yes, he was having trouble. That's okay. A guard his size is always going to face that pressure. But what Reed has done since then is the real story. He's more locked in, more physical, more disciplined with his footwork. He's staying in front more often, fighting harder through screens, and refusing to be the weak link. And then comes the fun part, Reed's defensive playmaking. Because I'm telling you right now, at some point in his career, Reed Sheppard is going to lead the NBA in steals. His anticipation is special. He reads plays before they happen. He jumps passing lanes without gambling. His timing is ridiculous. And it's not just steals, he's an absurd shot blocker for his size. Watch this possession. 2 screens. He gets bumped, it looks like he's beat, and somehow he still recovers to meet the shot at the perfect moment. Or the sequence where he chases Gary Trent Jr. around the perimeter and times his contest like a veteran rim protector trapped in a guard's body. He blocks shots like a 6'2" Matisse Thybulle, just with 6 inches missing from the frame. If he had that extra height, the league would be talking about him as something close to mythical status. Too soon? Maybe. But the point stands. Reed Sheppard is becoming exactly what people hoped he could be. A dynamic scorer, an elite shooter, a hustler, a playmaker, a competitor. And Houston is thriving